Lads, 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 lads. What did we just watch? What did we just watch? That was, and the worst part is the score will make it seem like this was, you can see by the players' reactions about this. The score will make it seem like this wasn't that bad a game. This was so bad. And if you guys agree, subscribe. We are so close to hitting 48,000. We are so close. If we get hit 48,000 subscribers by the end of the day, it'll be greatly appreciated. Like, we're trying to, we're up at 4 a.m. recording this video. And I mean this when I say this. I mean this when I say this. The Indiana Fever are literally the worst team in the WNBA without Caitlin Clark. Give me the Connecticut Sun. Give me the Connecticut Sun over this team. And by the way, they've got to prove it here. They've got to prove it because if you guys don't know, when's their next game? Saturday? Is it? Their next game is... Jeez, I was about to say when are we now? That was Toyota Antelopes game. But their next game is in fact on... Is it Saturday? When do they play their next game? Yeah, sorry. They play, Friday night. They play Friday night. They don't play Saturday night. They play Friday night. And we can get to see Paige against Chicago on Thursday night. And is it again on Saturday? Again on Saturday. So yeah, they're playing on Friday night against the Connecticut Sun. And I don't know if I favor the Fever in this game. The Sun suck. The Sun suck. You know it's bad when you're like, what is... Like it is... Like, you know it's bad when you're considering maybe they'll lose to the Sun. Like, the Sun are the most, like, banter team in the WNBA. Like, they're so bad. Like, it's not even funny, some of the stuff you're watching the Connecticut Sun. Like, I'm watching Sanaya Rivers struggle to hit the rim from three-point shots and continually shooting threes. I'm watching all 5'9" of Anissa Morrow trying to play center. Like, it is... Like, they're terrible. And I actually think the Fever might lose. And I'm going to be honest, the Fever are terrible. And, like, sorry, they're terrible without Caitlin Clark. And they are not a championship team with Caitlin Clark. In the WNBA, in a league with 12 teams, where the New York Liberty have Jonquel Jones, Sabrina Ionescu, Natasha Cloud, and Breanna Stewart, and Leonie Phoebish, who's the best fifth option in the entire league. Maureen Johannes off the bench, who any given game can cook. Yara Sabley, Kennedy Burke, Rebecca Gardner's not bad, and they're probably going to get Emma Mason on post Eurobasket. When that team exists, when the Minnesota Lynx, who are 5-0, despite they've sleptwalked to 5-0, and every single game, when it comes to every single game, when it comes to like the Lynx, they just win. They just find a way to win, whereas the Fever don't. The Fever don't find a way to win. You brought in all these vets who have all choked late in games. Like, you're bringing in vets. Why do you bring in vets? Why do you bring in vets? For the experience to step up in big moments that they're not going to get flustered. But every single one of them, other than DeWanna Bonner, who, in fairness to her, like, she hasn't scored well, but if you look at how DeWanna Bonner's played in some big moments, she's actually played great defense in big moments. She's had some big possessions, and she made a really nice cut. She just got hacked. And like, it's a like, other than that, Natasha Howard's not been good down the stretch in games. Sydney Colson's just not very good at basketball. And like, again, it's not Sydney Colson's fault. It's not her fault. It's not her fault she played 30 minutes. It's not her fault. She's a 5-minute-a-game pest. It's not her fault. I understand why they signed her. What I don't understand is why they didn't have another backup point guard. I understand the Sid Colson signing. I don't understand the Bree Turner signing. Bree Turner averaged 1 point per game last year. She averaged 1 point per game. I don't get it if you're going to play Dantas over her. She averaged 1 point per game. You could have used her money on any point guard. You could have used her money if you were creative in scouting on Monica Cohen-McCanny, who would have been the best backup point guard in the WNBA. You could have used her money. You could have used that money. You could have traded one of those 2 second-round picks that you wasted to the New York Liberty to try and get Marine Photo. You could have brought in France's starting point guard. Because there's no way, like, the Liberty can only hold a certain amount of players' rights. And they already have, like, Raquel Carrera, who's even better than Photo. Like, by the way, if you guys don't understand, the New York Liberty own the rights to, like, half the European players. Like, so if there's a player killing it in Europe, there's a very young player killing it in Europe, there's a good chance the Liberty have their rights. So you can give up a second-round pick to get Marine Photo. There's so many things this team could have done. And they signed Bree Turner. Why? I don't know. They literally just were like, these people are locker room vets to championships. I'm sorry. Like, how many vets do you need? Kelsey Mitchell's is 30. Is she 30? She'll be 30 at the end of this year. I'm sorry. Kelsey Mitchell does not need a vet. She's 30. Caitlin Clark and Leah Boston. Okay, bring a vet. Bring in Natasha Howard. Bring in DeWanna Bonner. And leave it at that. But, and like, they should have just brought back Erica Wheeler, for being honest. Maybe Wheeler wasn't happy with her role last year. And in fairness, her role is much higher in Seattle. They win this game if Wheeler's there. Like, this is a horribly constructed team. Like, this is a team, I'm not joking when I say this. This team realistically needs an efficient 25-10 from Caitlin Clark to beat a good team. To beat a good team when it matters. Not in June, not in May. But, like, this, realistically, in the playoffs, Caitlin Clark needs to average an efficient 25-10 for this team to win a game in the playoffs. They're going to make the playoffs. Saying this team is not going to make the playoffs is crazy. They're going to make the playoffs. They're better than last year. But, like, you've got a better version than Alyssa Smith. DeWanna Bonner is a positive addition. I don't care how she's been poor in some games. She's trying to figure out her role. DeWanna Bonner is a positive addition. Like, DeWanna Bonner is actually a positive addition to this team, and I don't care what anyone says. DeWanna Bonner is actually, like, she can play. She can really play, and I don't care what people want to say. She can really, really play. And is a perfect vet. But there was no need to bring in Natasha Howard. Like, we all saw that Alyssa Smith did not fit. And by the way, I thought Natasha Howard, I watched her play a little bit. She's not a bad half-court player. I'm not saying Natasha Howard's a bad player. She's a much better version of Alyssa Smith. But the team didn't need Alyssa Smith. Like, Alyssa Smith didn't fit. She got in people's way. Natasha Howard's getting in people's way. And that, by the way, it is not her fault. There are a lot of teams that could do with Natasha Howard. There are a lot of WNBA teams that would improve with Natasha Howard. There's a lot of teams. The Indiana Fever, and by the way, they're better with Natasha Howard than without Natasha Howard. I stand by that. And they are much better with her than without her. But, like, you've seen this. If you guys looked, Sophie Cunningham had a bad game. She's been good. And she's fine. She's a bench player on a cheap contract. Like, she's a bench player on basically the same contract as Dantas, Coulson, and Bree Turner. She's on a bargain contract. So I don't even mind that. I don't even mind it. But this is a team now that without Kate on the floor, they literally don't function. They don't function. This is not a very good team. It's not a well-structured team. It's just nothing. It's absolutely nothing. It's absolutely nothing. And yeah, it's bad. It's real bad. And this Fever team, like, they go absolutely, they go nowhere with Caitlin Clark, or without Caitlin Clark. Sorry, they might go. They're not going to compete for the 1 seed because they won 20 games last year, or the number one pick. They're a lottery team without Caitlin Clark. And I think even with Caitlin Clark, like, I do think by playoff time, they're going to be better than the Storm. I think the Storm are a weird team. Like, I think, what are they, 2-2 on the season? They are, like, the Fever could, with Caitlin Clark, they're 3-2. There's no doubt about it, they win this game with Caitlin Clark. But they're better than the Storm. I think the Mercury, when the Mercury figure it out, are going to be better than them. Like, the Mercury play fast. And ironically, the Indiana Fever who, I mean this when I say this, the Indiana Fever, who last season were the fastest team and killed teams with their speed, their kryptonite is speed. What? But anyway, yeah, this team is nothing. Like, this team needs, like, they are one of the worst teams in WNBA without Caitlin Clark. I might put them better than the Sun, but they're not better than the Valkyries without Caitlin.